late start or semi-late start to Let's Talk Football with Sha'Niece and friends. I'm Sha'Niece and I have my friends here. We have one who's going to pop on in a minute, but we are going to go ahead and get started since we're already running behind. So I have my friend Rashad here. He's back on the show
Back, baby.
to talk. We're talking NFC East football. We're talking week 5. A very uneventful week for the NFC East. But
Absolutely.
look, we're gonna jump right into it. And I think the best way to jump into I don't got my banner up. I don't got nothing. See, we got Let's Talk Football. We're gonna start with the matchups. Like, let's just jump right into it. The standings have not changed. We got Philly at 5-0, still undefeated. They're leading the pack. Then you got Dallas, Washington, and my New York Football Giants are perched right in the basement.
Absolutely.
And so we don't have anyone from Philly on this week. Next week we will, and we'll dive into, honestly, how well Philly is doing and why they're literally a team that no one's talking about. But we're gonna start this since everyone else in the NFC East lost. We're actually gonna start it with the team that lost by the least amount of points, which is my New York Giants.
Well,
Is that okay?
Or the team with the most losses. Either way works. Either way, it's the Giants.
Wow. Save all that energy. Like I like the spice. Save it for your team. But my New York Giants, we played Miami and we lost. The score was 16-31. But we had the smallest points, the least amount of points that we lost by, which was 15. So what can I say about the Giants that I did not say last week, other than there were 2 things that I had right about the game? So one of which being we were not going to get drugged by Miami. They were not putting up 70 points. We weren't doing that. And I think that was kind of just the standard. Like, we don't want to be the Broncos. Like, you're not putting 70 on us. You're not about to embarrass us on TV. Again, or at all. But my Giants only lost by 15 points. And the other thing that I talked about, which was Miami's offense is crazy fast. I think the fact that we held them to just 31 points, one of which we can thank Tua for getting us that good pick 6, 102 yards to the house. We appreciated that little gift, but their offense is crazy fast. Like, we watched it. We watched what they have done to other teams. And the fact of the matter is, I don't think there is a corner. I don't think there's a corner in the league right now who can really stop or jam up any of their receivers. Like, and they have a running back, and I literally forgot to write his name down. And I know he got injured in the game, which I don't remember seeing.
Chan.
Yes. Got injured in the game. And again, like I said, I don't remember seeing him get injured because I did see him pretty much just embarrass our entire secondary throughout the game. But yeah, I mean, we're not good. We're officially not a good team. And we also play Buffalo next. The Giants are at this weird space, and I think we're at a turning point, which is right now, currently, we stand in about the 5 to 6 draft position as far as, like, that's how bad we are and where we be drafting this year. And the question is that the goal? Like, is draft positioning the goal right now? Or are we trying to salvage this season, right? Like, we're not in a space where it's like, oh, there's nothing you can do. You suck. Just, tank and call it a day. Like, we pay Daniel Jones a lot of money. So we can't technically just tank. But we're also not really in a position. It doesn't look like we're in a position to do literally anything better than what we're doing. So yeah, that's my take on the game. Like I said, I'm glad we at least held them to 31. Like, we know Miami could have ran the score up on us. But Tua giving us the ball twice also didn't help them. Like, he's he's definitely a good quarterback, but I don't think he's great. And he doesn't really do anything amazing. Like, he's been healthy this year. And again, he has just all these fast receivers. I mean, it's hard not to look bad, but he also makes really bad throws. And again, one in the red zone that helped us, which were that was our only touchdown. And over the past 2 games, all we've had are defensive and special team points. You can't win a lot of games like that. You really can't win any games like that because we aren't winning any games. So that's where we are. What you got to say? What you got to say about my team?
I'm going to first attack what you said about Tua not being too good. I think he is pretty good. Right now he's leading the league in yards at 1,614.
I mean, most of those are probably from the Broncos game.
Well, I don't. I think. I mean, it got to the point where I think he got pulled in the second half, and so I don't even think he went too crazy because I think they took him out in the second half. So, yeah, and they ran the ball a lot in that game as well. But yeah, so I'm gonna disagree with Tua not being so good, and we can't say anything about his weapons because I mean, the running back is a rookie, and Waddle is relatively young as well. I mean, they put a good team around him.
Yes.
And he's getting the job done. So we can't take anything away from him for doing that. I think he's probably not the front runner for MVP right now, but he is up there with Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, and
whoa, 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 whoa,
for MVP.
whoa,
Yes,
whoa, whoa,
absolutely.
whoa. You're putting Tua up there with Patrick Mahomes and Josh Allen?
For league MVP this year, yes, he's playing on that caliber. And you look at, I mean, Josh Allen did beat Tua in the head-to-head, but Josh Allen just took a loss. He has two losses. So Tua team is playing a little better, and the MVP does take into consideration how well your team is performing. Right now, Tua has 1 loss, Josh Allen has 2, and Patrick Mahomes has 1. So yeah, I just wanted to throw that in there because I don't want to throw no shade to his way. He gets a lot of shade, and for what reasons I don't know. So I just had to take up for Tua real quick. But
so here's my counter with that. When we're talking about MVP, because I was actually doing some research specifically, and I literally went down like a whole rabbit hole.
Mm-hmm.
I understand that now it seems like the standard is that your league MVP is more than likely going to be a quarterback.
Absolutely.
And I feel like we kind of look past what that really means. When we talk MVP, I feel like now we're just talking, which quarterback's doing really well compared to everyone. Because in my opinion, I wouldn't put Tua in the running for MVP and you put it as Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen. Because again, I have Christian McCaffrey as is in the MVP race right now. I mean, I think outside of quarterbacks, he's hands down one of the best players in the league, and he's absolutely like, I personally think if there was an MVP race right now, and I said it last week, Christian McCaffrey is in the top 3, top 5. He's not number 5.
Right, I would agree. And again, it has become over the years basically a quarterback award, which I think they should look into changing. Similar to like baseball, where baseball you have the Cy Young for the best pitcher, because when you compare like success of a team, when the pitcher is out there pitching, it's kind of like the quarterback play. So the you can have a running back not have a good game and the team can still be successful, but you can't. It's very hard to have a quarterback have an awful game and the team still be successful. So just based off of the position and how much runs through them, they touch the ball almost every single snap. Everything runs through the quarterback. Yeah, I think they should. They rightfully deserve to be the MVPs, but I think they should at this point separate it because I don't think a non-quarterback has won the award since like 2013. I think that was Adrian Peterson.
Yeah, but, that's how I went down this whole I went through this whole rabbit hole about it when it came to MVP. But I'm gonna get to why I ran and I got in that little rabbit hole.
Oh yeah, we can get to it.
I'm gonna let you. I'm gonna let you talk. Since again, there's not much I could say about my team. I
Yeah,
want to give you the floor. So up next is going to be Washington, who lost
we did.
on Thursday night to the Bears with the next what was it, 20 points that y'all
We
lost
lost
by?
by 20. Yes, we did. We lost by 20.
All
Yeah.
right, you got the floor.
Uh, it was a tough one. I'm not gonna lie. It was a tough watch, especially the first half. Um, we're getting off to slow starts. That's becoming a trend for us this season. We're getting off the
Were you
slow.
at the game?
I did not go to this game. No.
Oh, okay.
Thank God. I would have hated to be there for that game. But yeah, we're getting off the slow starts. That looks to be the trend for us. Um, and I know it is tough. The quick turnaround, playing on Sunday and then having to prepare and play on Thursday, especially for. I mean, it is an 0-4 team in the Bears, but someone like Justin Fields, who is so dynamic, he can run the ball. He's improving passing the ball, but he's a tricky quarterback to prepare for. So you would, in an ideal situation, you would want a full week to prepare for that team. But I'm not going to make excuses on this one. That team was on 4. They lost 14 straight games, and we let them off the hook, and we didn't look good. We didn't look good. It's no way around that. And they also had to prepare in a short span as well. So it's really no
And
excuse.
travel.
And travel. That is correct. So it's really no excuse. But when I think about this, and I've been thinking about it, the only thing that can come to mind is why we look so bad and got off to a slow start. But let's get to the X's and O's. Defense dropped the ball. Coming into this season, you look at it, the amount of first round picks that we have on that side of the ball, the amount of money that is invested into that side of the ball, that is supposed to be the thing that drives this team. The defense, they're supposed to set the tone. And again, we have a quarterback who's in his second year, who's basically a rookie. So the
Wait,
team,
I thought Sam Howell played last year.
he played one game. He played the last game of the season against Dallas. That he did win. He did win. But he's basically a rookie. He's in his second year. But we know the strong point of this team is the defense. And so far, that has not been the case. We're giving up over 30 points a game. And in that game, the first half, I think Chicago scored on each possession that they had the ball. They controlled the time of possession, and it just was ugly from the start. The talent on that side of the ball forces me to look at the coaching, the coaching, the play calls, and it looks like because we have that strong front four, that defensive line that we have, it looks like our coaches are reluctant to rush 5 more than 4, to blitz, because they're dependent on that 4. And right now, the 4 is not the 4 defensive linemen that we have is not getting to the quarterback, putting enough pressure on the quarterback, and that's killing us right now. So I think moving forward, we will see Jack Del Rio dialing some more blitzes, some blitz packages to put pressure on these quarterbacks and to help our struggling secondary out. Secondary is getting torched, and we need to do something to help them out. But the slow starts from the offense is also hurting us. Every single game we started slow on offense, except for the Eagles game,
Y'all couldn't do that.
We couldn't, and it resulted in a loss. But all in all, I think that was one of the best games this season that we played against the Eagles. So to turn it around.
Can I say something real quick? It's really the reason why I want to stop you real quick. And I'm gonna bring 2 in. We got 2 our resident Dallas fan. I was like, somebody from Dallas coming on here and getting smoked tonight. But before we do that, so it's really funny. So last week we had Savin. He was talking about this game, and Savin was very adamant about how y'all were gonna win this game.
I
he
would
was
have.
like, we're dragging Justin Field up and down, like we trying to put, he was trying to. It's supposed to be the opposite of the the Buffalo game. Like I think Seven Man said y'all was gonna put 70 on Chicago because they hadn't won a game, and like you said, 14 games that they had their 14-game losing streak. So if Sav was on here, I would be giving him all this smoke. But I'm gonna give it to you because y'all also lost. It's not like this game also just wasn't competitive. Like it wasn't competitive.
Hey,
Like
can I jump in there, sis?
go ahead.
It's no disrespect to any Washington fan. I was actually rooting for the Commanders or whatever their name is at any point in time. I was rooting for them, and I was like, yeah, turn the game off because I was like, it's no way.
I was shocked.
And I wanted to hear like a Redskins fan's perspective on that game because I was just like, that's the true testament of what they call it. Any given Sunday,
Yeah.
any given Sunday, it can go down. These are professional athletes against professional athletes, and I think that us as fans forget that these are professional athletes.
Yeah.
And
What
we get
was
caught up in
crazy is like,
the
but look at the performance you saw against Philly. Like I watched the Philly game. I mean, it went into overtime. Like it was a dogfight, and we know like divisional games are always going to be played totally different, and maybe that could have went into it, right? Like y'all put it all on the line against Philly, and then had to turn it around. Against Chicago on a Thursday night, which again those short games. But one thing we had said last week, Rashad, and I would love to hear your perspective on this. And I know Savin is in the comments, so Savin, you can go ahead and chime in too. One thing I said last week, and I say it again, even after watching this game, is the inconsistency, right? Like Washington, I don't know what to think of Washington yet because y'all played so hard. Y'all was in this dogfight with Philly. You see the talent, you see that spark, and then to fall like this. But then like this game and in the Buffalo game. But when you play the Cardinals, like I just don't see the consistency yet with Washington. And I don't know what to think about the team because I'm like, it's just inconsistent. If you look at all 5 games, you don't know what you're gonna get when they come out.
Yeah, no, that's fair. That's definitely fair. You don't know what you're gonna get, especially coming off of a good game to who some think is the best team in NFC and the Eagles. And I think.
Wait, did you just say something?
Whoa, buddy.
I mean, some people can make an argument for the Eagles to be the best team in the NFC. But yeah, it is definitely mind-boggling to see that type of performance on the road, in fact, and then turn it around against a team that's on 4 and have that put on the field. It wasn't pretty, but it's small things. It's 1 or 2 plays. It's our first drive. We did well on second down. It was a pass to our tight end who I feel if he would have turned his shoulders and dipped and got the first down, we're not faced on a 3rd and 1 where we run the ball, we no gain, and now that what could have been a first down turns into a 3 and out. It's small things like that, and the Bears did what they did. They ran the ball, they completed passes, they controlled the time, and our second possession we had we had another 3 and out. So it's small things. It's small things that I'm seeing that is causing us to, I mean, in this case, fall to a superior team. I mean, a team that an inferior team. You know what I'm saying? But
can I also share this crazy stat that I saw on Twitter that Washington is 1-3 in the black uniforms, even though I think they're absolutely awesome. I love those uniforms, but y'all are apparently 1-3 in the black uniforms. So I was told that the black uniforms are cursed.
I think we had them on when we played the Eagles last year, and we beat beat the Eagles in them. I think.
That's
So,
not what that's not actually. You know who told me that? Kendrick.
but I think we had them on when we that one game we won in them. I think it might have been against the Eagles. I'm not sure.
I was told Atlanta is the only time y'all won in those black uniforms.
Okay.
So, all right. So, first of all, let's jump out there for aesthetically pleasing reasons. The black uniforms do hit.
They go so hard.
They do hit. But as far as prosperity and winning, and does it work for y'all? Probably not.
I like the black uniforms. You got.
I like them too. I'm not even a Redskin fan. Y'all know I'm not a Redskin fan, but
uniforms go hard.
I like them.
I like switch the swag up. Something gotta change.
The uniforms go hard. And we're gonna see what we're made about going on the road to Atlanta. We got somewhat of a small little bye week. We got extra time to prepare for them. We're going to see what we're about. We're going to see what our coaching staff is about. We're going to see what our players are about. We're going to see what our captains and our leaders on the team are about. And we're going to see if we see a difference. We're playing another team, Atlanta. I believe they're 3-1, but their record, in my opinion, doesn't match the team. I don't think they are a superior team than us. I don't think they're the top of the NFC or anything like that. So this is a good opportunity for us to, get that bad taste out of our mouth and see what we're made of.
And last fun fact that I also found in my little rabbit hole, Sam Howell has been sacked 29 times. And that's another thing, like even for my Giants, with Daniel Jones being sacked a total of 28 this season so far. That I think is two things that we do have in common, that you also can't win games when your quarterback has no time. You're not going to win games when you're honestly putting your quarterback at risk of, that a serious injury. Right now, Daniel Jones has an injury. He's questionable for the game against Buffalo, which, I mean, if he's not playing and we got Tyrod, I mean, there's just literally no hope for us.
No hope.
Like it just isn't. But Howell's got 29 sacks on the year. That's a lot for week 5.
Can I raise my hand in the classroom?
Go ahead, because you got to
get in the classroom because I do want to ask a Redskins fan or command. What's the appropriate term?
Hey, either or fine with me. Either or.
Okay, all right, cool. Because I just want to make sure I was politically correct on this one. All right, so
technically Commanders. Like,
what happened with Heineke? Because I always want to know. I always been trying to figure it out because I don't even like y'all, but that was my dog.
Wait, Taylor Heineke?
Yes, I liked him. I liked him. I don't know what happened, but I want an explanation from somebody that actually loves the team that can explain it because I didn't understand. I was like, they played for him differently than anybody that was on the center.
Yeah, Heineke actually, he plays for Atlanta now.
Yeah,
he plays for Atlanta now. But Heineke, they did play well for him. I mean, and you could tell the team was behind him. But he was just one of those players that he played with his heart. He played with his heart.
Yes, sir.
Not the most talented guy, not the strongest arm. You know what I'm saying? Not, highly touted.
Yeah, that's literally like someone saying like you don't like a girl and you're like, I mean, she has a great personality. He's really good at math.
Hey, what example I give you like a couple weeks ago? I was like, Taylor Heineke could put his hand over his face and would just wing that bitch. Somebody was going to go get it.
Right. No, and he was, the fan favorite, especially last year between Carson Wentz and Carson Wentz. But I do think we did want to bring him back, but we were rolling with Sam Howell, and we were giving Sam Howell the opportunity, and I think that Heineke just thought he had a better opportunity in Atlanta. But you won't get me to say anything bad about Heineke just because he, you could tell he gave his all every time he stepped on the field. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
You respect those players like that.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Well, we're gonna to you a little late. I said that this week we're starting off by the
Nah.
least amount of points in a loss to the most amount,
Oh,
and,
are we being petty? Are we being petty?
and
Are we being
so
petty?
that brings us to the Dallas Cowboys,
Oh my God.
a team in America, um,
Mm.
in prime time, and
Hey, can you give me a shot?
here we go. Here's where I salivate in it because we got dog walked by y'all just for y'all to hype all this stuff up for this game. And and in all seriousness, this was an exciting game. Like everyone wants to see it. These are two big teams. We know the history with San Fran. Like there's history with San Francisco and the Giants when it comes to playoffs. There's history with San Francisco and Dallas when it comes to playoff, right? Like we all saw the gravitas of it. 32 points. 32 points. And I'm actually, between you or Brian, I didn't care who came on. And it's actually interesting that you came on because of the conversation we had when we spoke after the Cardinals loss. So you unfortunately are getting all the smoke on the bad games.
No, I got you. That's what I'm
But
Kyrie, bring me that bottle, Kyrie. I got you.
Go ahead. Tell us about your Dallas Cowboys losing to San Francisco 42-10. Go ahead. You got it. You got the floor.
All right. So I'm gonna take the smoke for all the Cowboy fans that are delusional, that don't understand what is in front of your face.
Oh,
Our defense is good, but it's only so much you can do. That's like if you tell me to check the best wide receiver every play, to defend the best running back every play, and then I go off on the field, and then my offense gives me nothing. I'm gonna be looking at you sideways. When we had this conversation when Trayvon Diggs went at Dak in the preseason, called him, what do you call him, a bitch ass nigga? He called him a bitch ass nigga, like you ain't like.
And then I'm like, how did the audio get so
He was
clear?
wrong for
That
it.
audio was clear as hell.
But you can see it now. Our offense does nothing. There's no way around it. There's no way to even cop a plea and say anything. I won't make an excuse because I've been a Cowboy fan since I was like 4 years old. Like, ain't no way around it, bro. Like, your defense is stepping up, and then when they do need you to show up, you don't. And he's proven that he doesn't. The only reason that Dak Prescott wins is because of other people around him. It's been proven for over 7+ years now. Ain't no more negotiating, ain't no more talking. You're not that good, bro. That's literally what I see every time I watch the Cowboys play. Like that first year when he got his shot, that team was built for Tony Romo. And everybody in the world knows it. That offensive line was built for Tony Romo. They brought in Zeke for Tony Romo. Zeke during his prime, you could dump off, do a screen. Every time he throws a pass, bro, like, and somebody can question me on it as much as they want, but he would throw a 5-yard pass. The person that caught the ball run for like 80 yards. You're like, oh, Dak the greatest. Like, no, your players are the greatest, not you. You ain't do none of that. They ran Dez out of town. Dez wasn't the problem. You were the problem. When Tony Romo was there, like, it was money. You already knew you could throw it to the 88. So now Dez is the problem. So then you fire the offense coordinator. He the problem. No, bro. It could be. Remember I told you the option where it was like it could be 3 and 5. It could be third down, 3rd and 5, and Dak's still sitting in the pocket and would throw a 20-yard interception or a complete pass when you could just pick that shit up yourself.
Yeah, here's the thing. That's
like,
not running anymore.
Like that.
But I think Dak, especially when you look at his injury history, like it's very obvious he's afraid to get another.
Football players get hurt. So what?
But he's not sacrificing his body anymore. He wants to sit back there and like you said, he wants to just be able to chuck it up and someone get there. Like, I don't know what he saw. Like that last interception when in the third quarter, when the game was legitimately over, that last interception, I have no clue what he was thinking. Like he chucked it up and it just hung in the air for so long. Like me and my sister were watching it and I was just like, who the hell is he throwing that to? I was like, okay, well, overthrown. My sister goes, it'll probably get intercepted. And it literally happened. And like, we just like busted out laughing. But it was just like, and I said this, I think that all the chatter from week 1 and week 2 was the idea that Dak is just going to be good. He's not great. He's just going to be good. But because Dallas has a really, really good defense and a pretty good offense with a somewhat good quarterback, y'all thought y'all were just going to coast to the Super Bowl. Not the NFC Championship game, not multiple wins, like the Super Bowl. And when the game started, they did the whole like montage of like San Francisco and Dallas and all this other stuff. I went to do research because I was like, okay, I know Dallas hasn't been to the Super Bowl in a while. When was the last time they went to conference championship? That was literally when they went to
when they won Super Bowl.
1996, the 1995 season.
95-96 season, yes.
Right, that was the last time. What were you doing in 96? I was in 5th grade. Like my sister
I was in 4th.
Like I was a kid. It has been that long. And what I found when I looked at the history of Dallas in the playoffs, what I found to be very interesting is like some of the years that you guys were in the playoffs, you had stacked rosters. Like you had good teams. I like you, I agree. Like I think if you were to switch Dak Prescott and Kirk Cousins, you would get the same results. They're just good quarterbacks that generally just have a bunch of really good weapons around them.
You know what? I think that Kirk Cousins is better. Sorry, I know I'm black. I'm supposed to go for the black guy, but I think Kirk Cousins is better.
Yeah, I think Kirk Cousins is better too. I think Dallas's problem is I don't think that defense is as good as everybody says it is. It's not. You all give up the run a lot. Offenses can run the ball on you all. I think you all have a pretty good pass rush, and you all create turnovers. And in the first few games,
I think they create turnovers against bad quarterbacks.
Exactly. They create
we can't look, because here's my thing. You can't look at the Patriots game as they create a bunch of turnovers.
That didn't impress me at all.
Right. And even in that game, y'all scored like 38 points or something like that. 14 of them were from your defense, right? So like that kind of feeds into more of the Dak is just okay than it is.
No, he's not even okay. He's not even okay.
I mean, or good. Sorry.
If I'd say it. He's not even okay.
I'm gonna say this: Cowboys defense is good. It's not great like we were the first couple. Well, after the Giants and the Jets game, is not great how the media put it out there. Cowboys defense is good. When you all are scoring and turning the teams over, that team is pretty good. Your team is good off of that. But one thing that I think people probably don't even think about this. I think one big mistake that the Cowboys made was releasing Zeke Elliott. Zeke Elliott, although his career, I mean, he definitely wasn't the best back in Dallas anymore, but he's a back that can set the tone. He's a back that when you need 2-3 yards.
We had to go on the journey with Rashad because I didn't know where he was going with this.
I understand. Okay, but I got you. We're here.
2-3 yards. He's the guy. He's the bell cow. He's big. Tony Pollard is not. Y'all have this team set up where Mike McCarthy said we need to run the ball more. Tony Pollard is not a bell cow type back that can carry the ball 25, 26 times. He's not a bruiser.
No, he's
Zeke
small.
Zeke was a locker room guy. And I think y'all missing him in games when you need to be physical, you need to run the ball. Y'all can't do this. Y'all are a team that needs to establish the run, take pressure off of Dak Prescott, and not have your defense keep coming back on and off the field. Give your defense some time to rest. And Pollard only had 4 carries in the first half. He only had 8 carries the whole game. But you know where that comes from? It comes from money though. Like it's not like they didn't want to keep Zeke. There is a business side to everything.
Remember that
there's a business too.
They
But
couldn't keep him.
he was willing to come back and restructure.
He did
He
say
signed
that.
with the Patriots. He could have easily re-signed with you all. But I think some of Jerry Jones, he wants it to be Tony Pollard's backfield and no media or no distractions about what's Zeke gonna do, or I think that was a mistake. That's just me. When you got somebody that's a locker room guy, somebody who
Galvanize the team.
galvanizes the team, and he sets the tone with whether it's a picking up a block or just getting that 1 yard. Sometimes getting that 1 yard, it makes a difference. And knowing that you got that guy in the backfield that defense is he's going to bring it. I mean, Tony Pollard, don't get me wrong, he's shifty, he's good in space, but if the from right now on offense, y'all don't have an identity. Y'all don't have an identity.
So hold on, Rashad, can I ask you? Oh, go ahead. Till you was gonna ask.
No, I was biased. I said because I'm a Cowboys fan. I don't want to be biased. What do you think about number 4? Can I do that? Okay.
Me or Rashad?
Both y'all. I want both of y'all responses.
I honestly don't think Dak is a bad quarterback. I think that when too much is on his plate, he I mean, what we've seen is he makes mistakes. He throws interceptions. It's hard for him to get down, and you have to put everything on him to try to bring you back with him throwing the ball. Now, I think he works well when you got the run going. You're able to make plays off of play action, hit his tight end, things like that. But when defenses know, okay, Dak is passing, I think that works in the favor of the defense. I don't think he's a bad quarterback. The money, you had to pay him because he was the option at that time, and it's just the market. But I don't think he's a bad quarterback. I just think when defenses know it's time for him to pass to bring y'all back, I think they're fine with it.
All right, can I, Sha'Niece, before you ask one more question? All right, so you
I was gonna give you my opinion.
All right, no, so you play ball before, right, bro? So,
don't take my question. I had a question about that too.
Every quarterback you've ever played with, right? When they get to the line, don't they have like audibles or other choices, or like you could hit a play call in your headset, or you could see the signals? Doesn't the quarterback have an opportunity to change the play?
It depends on the coach. Some quarterbacks don't have that freedom to do so. Depends on the coach. Depends on the relationship with the coach and the trust. So I don't know if he is able to. I'm sure at this point he is able to audible. I don't know, but it would depend on the trust with the coach trusting the quarterback, allowing him to be able to do that. But that's not always the case.
So my question, I was going to put Rashad on the spot as well. One thing that I like to observe when I watch football, like it's not just what's happening on the field, it's what's happening also off the field. And I think too, you were on when we talked about Sedarian, aka CD Lamb.
CD. Hey, that name fucked me up. That name don't mess. I did not know that was his name though.
Yes, his name is Sedarian.
I never knew that. You told me that.
I know. Look, black people may be very interesting with the names, but I know you did not think his real name was CD.
Hey, first of all, drop a flex bomb for Sha'Niece because we never knew that was his name.
Oh my gosh. Well, if for those who don't know, Sedarian is CD Lamb. One thing I have noticed specifically on the sidelines, and it wasn't just the first time I noticed it was the Cardinals game because they had the cameras on him, but it was also the Patriots game in this past San Francisco game, which is CD does not look happy, and to be fully transparent, I know as a receiver, like you want the ball, you want to be a difference maker, you want to be the playmaker, and CD is coming up on a contract year. Right. And I don't think he doubts that Dallas would keep him or pay him money, but he wants to be able to get top money. He wants the stats, all that stuff. But to me, I always understand when the defense gets very upset with the offense when the offense keeps the defense on the field all the time, right? Those quick 3-and-outs. And I know, Rashad, you can relate. I worked in athletics and I was on the sidelines for 2 years at North Carolina Central. So I remember, and even just being a fan of the game and being at college games, like I remember when the offense has a bad game, defense is pissed, like because you're constantly
on the field.
And I can imagine that, and we'll get to Mike in a second, but I can imagine the irritants that the defense had with that San Francisco game. But CeeDee Lamb looks very unhappy. And it's very weird because to me, I'm like, when he having a contract year, maybe he's upset just by the offensive play, but he kind of also looks like he just wants out of Dallas. He looks like he's frustrated with the fact that he has a quarterback that is good, will never be great. And I think he sees the writing is on the wall. Like, this dude is not going to take us very far. And he's not, and granted, CeeDee does get the ball. I think sometimes he doesn't get a lot of separation and he doesn't have any flashy plays. Like I would say the 3 games I've watched Dallas, I haven't really seen CeeDee have a real flashy play. What are your thoughts about CeeDee Lamb and what you've seen on the sidelines?
Well, number one, you want to go first, bro?
Oh, I didn't know who you. Okay, no, you go ahead.
I mean, whoever.
All right, so for me, I look. How many 88s does Dak have to go this scrub? So with CeeDee, it's like they're forcing the ball to him. When you still got Gallup, I'm forgetting other receivers, but
how do I know y'all receivers? You don't know.
No, because I got Brandon Cooks. Like, it's so many others. Like, I'm forgetting because I don't have my jump pulled up on me. But like, it's like Dak has design plays, and you could tell they're going straight to CeeDee. But at the end of the day, I would get frustrated too when you don't have a offense based around the fact that highlights your skill set.
Okay.
We don't have a running game. We don't have a passing game. Like CeeDee, I don't ever think was ever really a solid number 1 receiver anyway. Like, but the NFL game has changed from the big receivers to the more finesse receivers. And I think CeeDee Lamb was a finesse receiver. I wouldn't have gave him the 88 because he's a finesse receiver. He's not the big guy. I'm going to just go up and get it. He's one of those, I'm going to run this slant, I'm going to run this dig, I'm going to run this corner. Like, how many times, like, I want to say I counted like at least 20 times they try to throw him a screen to get him open. Like, bro, the NFL not about to keep they practice on that. But I can see why he's frustrated because the game plan is not for you, my guy. You're not a number 1. You probably won't never be a number 1. And it's hard to say that. Like, it's hard to say that, but I don't think that he's a number 1. He is a flashy guy, but like, he's the type of guy that needs to be in a wide receiver core versus being the number 1 receiver on the team.
So I'll be honest, I have a little context for the whole like 88 thing. Like, they had that that commercial, maybe it was like 2 seasons ago with Michael Irvin.
Michael Irvin, Drew Pearson, Dez Bryant, CeeDee Lamb.
Yeah, so I kind of understand the history behind it, just a smidge. I think with CeeDee, and again, correct me if I'm wrong, I felt like he never had a chance to develop into a number 1. It was like the expectations there, just do it because it's also Dallas.
Exactly. You're right.
Yeah.
Rashad, were you going to add to that? I agree with this one, Brian. I thought
Brian never should have traded Amari Cooper.
Yeah, that was one of the weirdest things ever.
Yeah, I think there's going to be frustration when you're not getting the ball and when you're losing. That's just going to be how it's going to be. But that's just the makeup of the receivers nowadays anyway. Whether they're winning or losing, if they're not getting the ball, you will see him pouting and a little upset. But
he literally looks like he does not like being there.
Bro, he's always pouting. He's always pouting. No, like, can I chime in on this? He's always pouting. He rarely blocks. What did we get from my other 80?
No, he don't block.
Dez will block.
Yeah.
Dez was fight. If you knew Dez was 1-on-1, all Rumble had to do was look over at him, like I bet, and he went up top. Like CD's not that guy. That's why I don't think he deserved that 88. But I'm biased.
I think he's a talented receiver. I think he is. And all we see Stephon Diggs, he Buffalo, with all the success they get, and with all the stats that Stephon Diggs puts up, he's probably one of the top 3 receivers in the league right now, if not the best. An argument can definitely be made. But you see him upset on the sideline all the time. Devontae Smith from the Eagles this past week, he was upset, and they were beating the Rams. So it's just how it is. Receivers, they're especially
They're
these
divas.
receivers
They're divas.
I'm not going. No, I'll never say they're divas, but they're so competitive, and they want to be a part of the game. Yeah, I mean, this is what we see. I wouldn't make a big deal out of this. This is just something that you see around the league. You get these competitive players. They want the ball. They feel like everybody on that field feels like they can make the game changing play. So
here's where I would counter that is when Stephon Diggs did it to Josh Allen. We understood because Josh Allen also wasn't playing well, right? Like we knew he was also the reason why they had lost, but he also was feeding him the ball the most, right? Like he is his number one. Josh Allen is 9 times out of 10 going to go to him. Like when you looked at the numbers and the stats, there also wasn't a reason for him to be as mad. He was, and so that's, to me, that's a little different than what's going on with CD, because CD doesn't have the same numbers, right? Like he's not. You said what?
No, you're right.
He doesn't have the same numbers. He's not putting up the same stats. And like you said, like you're also in a big market. You're in one of the most popular teams. Like, and again, like you said, like that history behind what the number 88 means. To me, the frustration goes a little bit more than, hey, bro, I was open. You didn't do it. Like he looks like he don't mess with nobody. Like I said, the past 3 games I've seen him, like even when they were winning against the Patriots, it wasn't like he was on the sideline. He got the biggest teeth in the world. Like when he opens his mouth, you're gonna see it. Like you didn't even see him really excited during the in the Patriots game. So that's just my that's what I noticed. That's what I saw.
So like one thing about it is like what's weird to me is because I do look at the roster sometimes. I don't see Michael Gallup getting it. I don't see none of the other receivers getting the touches they should, and I feel like Dak is forcing the ball to them because like there is that mentality where it's a business. You want your number, and like if that comes before winning, then you're gonna always lose. Like what's best for the team?
Yeah, but right now,
are you willing to give that block for your running back? Are you willing to do whatever it needs to make sure your team wins?
So look, I'm gonna do this. I got one more real quick point on Dallas, and then we're gonna go ahead and move to the next subject real quick for time. I really want to get just quickly, what's your opinions on the Twitter beef and Micah Parsons and what he said about George Kittle, which again, George Kittle can do no wrong. I was literally losing my fantasy this week, and George Kittle alone with the 3 touchdowns allowed me to win by 2 points. So George Kittle does no wrong for me. But I want actually both of y'all opinion too. I'll let you go first real quick on the whole Michael George Kittle thing and what he said.
For me, all I would say is like, because we live in a world where social media is everything, if you don't approach that man, then you're kind of like a clown to me. And you don't approach him straight up, then what you Twitter fingers do what? You respond to social media, so what? You take what he did and you internalize it, and you go into the gym, you go to practice, and you let him know he did that.
And also, Michael Parsons versus George Kittle. I don't know if you're going to approach George Kittle. He looks like one of the white boys who does not give a fuck.
I'm just saying, like, you let it be known, all right, we saw what you did, and now we're going to internalize it and then use it for motivation going forward. Ain't no need to be a social media star. You know what I'm saying? For what? Like you already played
But
with Dak.
technically, isn't that what Dak? Isn't that what Dak said last week? He said you found a way to piss me off. He did say that. Dak did say that.
Yeah, and what
He
did he
said,
do?
I think he said that was his motivation.
Hey, what Coach Prime say? It's personal.
Yeah.
Like, but you don't get, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I don't really have no idea about that. But like, I mean, all that trolling, going back and forth on social media. Okay, so what? I'm gonna have to see you one day.
I hear you. Rashad, what do you think? Did you
Yeah,
did you see or hear what happened?
yeah. You talking about with him lifting up his shirt?
Yeah, and then Michael Parsons went on his and called out George Kittle and basically
Yeah,
was like,
yeah,
what do you say? Laugh now, cry later.
yeah.
And we'll get y'all back. Oh, he was pretty much talking trash
He
about
said it's personal now. He
it.
made
Yeah,
it.
it's personal now.
I don't like it. I guess
Really?
I don't like it from Micah Parsons' standpoint. Like I don't look. I guess I'm old school. You just got your ass kicked. 42-10. You like this your
Bang,
off day. This
bang,
your off day.
ass kick.
And,
Wait, can we also add this? Michael Parsons was a non-factor in that game.
he was.
A
And
And they went at him.
non-factor.
They went at him.
A non-factor.
he was. So I don't like it. I guess I'm getting at that point where I'm old school now. Like it's cool, have your podcast, but if I lose 42-10, I'm not worried about that dumbass podcast at that point. Like I got so much more I need to be doing. And then for him to say, oh, it's personal now because he lifted up a shirt that said fuck Dallas. Now it's personal. Micah, it should have been personal after they eliminated y'all out the playoffs the past 2 years. That's when it should have been personal. It should have been personal.
Very embarrassing.
Yes, I agree. It should have been personal.
Sunday because y'all already this team just beat y'all in the playoffs last year.
Twice.
It should have already been personal.
Twice.
So I don't like it.
In embarrassing fashion. And here's the thing: I'm surprised that Micah had the. Well, one thing, men, y'all will have is audacity in abundance. The fact that he went after George Kittle, who scored 21, like he got in the end zone 3 times.
Right.
Like I think it was the words he like when he's like, "Oh, now you made it personal." Sir, what are you talking about?
Right. I don't like it. It's good for clicks. I mean, and it seems like Micah that's what Micah wants. So he's going to get the clicks for it. But if we keeping the main thing with it, which is football, I don't like it. And it shouldn't even get to being it's personal. So what you going to do when you playing them? You going to beat them up? No, you're not. So it's
that's also George Kittle. Like he's not small.
Right. And you're not going to do that type of attitude is going to end up getting you personal fouls. That's going to be detrimental to your team, or it's going to get you overplaying, which is you trying to do too much, which is going to be detrimental to the team. It's just like a boxer. Like when they talk all this trash, but when they get in the ring, they can't make it personal because they'll end up trying too hard and get knocked out. Like you got to stay focused. Like it doesn't seem like that's being focused right now. So
were you a trash talker? Did you talk trash on the field?
I talk trash in the game, but I'm not doing no back and forth before the game. I mean, when I played, this was way before Twitter and all that stuff, and Instagram wasn't popping like it is now. So
I'm not talking about online. I'm talking about.
I thought you meant like Micah Parsons. No, I didn't do no stuff like that. But on the field, yes, I'm talking.
I would fry you.
I had one talk shit moment. I played for Coolidge. I talked shit against Dunbar, and I would never ever do it again. So I don't talk shit no more.
Hey, yeah. You talk trash, you gotta back it up. I think Micah can back it up. I think he's an amazing player. I don't like it. I mean, just stay focused. Stay focused.
I feel you. That was my little talk. Like when I saw it and I looked at all of it, I was like, at the end of the day, specifically from Micah, which I personally have not bought into the whole he's the greatest, he's the next we need to compare him to LT. Like, miss me with all of that. Like, all of that LT talk, Micah Parsons talk. Like I actually talked to my mom about LT when he played, right? Like LT is the only and last defensive player. He's the only linebacker. He's the only one of two linebackers who've ever gotten league MVP. Now it's in 1986. And talking to my mom about how LT, look it up. He is the only.
I was saying, Michael Parsons almost kind of was in the talk of it, but also
people were trying to compare him to LT. But when I talked to my mom about, like, I asked her, I was like, Mom, what was LT like? Like watching him as a player, and also, like, LT literally changed the game, like from a Giants perspective, from a position perspective. And again, as someone who won league MVP and is the last defensive player to win that in literally 37 years, like LT changed the way that position played. And she talked about it, and she, went and again has a ring and all stuff. Like, I think when it comes to these younger players, like, to me, for Micah Parsons and what he wants to be, and again, I'm not saying he's not talented. I'm not saying he's a star. We don't know where his star can go, right? But when we're talking about certain players, Hall of Fame players, like, to me, be the best defensive player, be the best at your position with those who are also doing it right now. And when you have these games when you can be neutralized, when you're going up against teams that are just as stacked as you guys, and you can be isolated and again neutralized, like, miss me with like comparing yourself to legends, especially a Giants legend.
And that is like you give greatness after you've already done it. You don't give it while it's happening. Like, we didn't know.
We haven't even gotten a big contract yet. Like, y'all talking about him like he like LT? Nah.
But there's like the Ravens defense got it once they won the whole ship. We know that the Ravens defense won the Super Bowl.
And like, think about Legion of Boom, right? Like, that happened after.
When they won the Super Bowl. Was it Trent Dilfer? Who the fuck was the quarterback?
Yeah.
It was Trent Dilfer?
No, you said when the Ravens won. No, Joe Flacco was their quarterback.
No, talking about that legendary defense they had.
Legendary with every.
Yeah. This was back in like the 2000s, early 2000s. Yeah.
The defense won the Super Bowl.
Yeah. That was Trent Dilfer.
Also won the Super Bowl. Their defense won it.
Yeah. No, they was legit.
But like you said, I mean, and that was my thing. Like, when you talk, and that's how I feel about, like, when Mike is piping up and saying, "Oh, we got the greatest," like, show us. I don't care. You can say you got the greatest. I think I'm the finest bitch out here in the world. Like, but you gotta prove it. Like, you gotta show up. You gotta do it. And that's where, I mean, I am. But like, that's my only thing about Micah in the talking. Like, and specifically talking after that kind of loss, and how embarrassing that loss against the Cardinals was as well. Like, you gotta show it. Like, and you just gotta show it. So look, we'll move on to, we only gonna be able to hit one topic before we talk about week 6. Right now, which one do I want to do? Let's do playoffs. So we're gonna talk a little early playoff picture. And yes, I know it's only been 5 weeks, but I feel like we're now at a point where the good teams are separating themselves from the bad teams, right? Like, we know the bad teams in the league right now. My Giants are one of the bad teams in the league. The Vikings, the Patriots are, I'll be honest, I am shocked at how bad they are.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm shocked about the Vikings. Fuck the Patriots. I'm shocked about the Vikings.
I was legitimately shocked at some of these teams that are on the list, but when we look early playoffs, let's start NFC, because I think NFC is a little easier. To me, San Francisco, I felt like it was lauded to Dallas as a statement game. To me, it was a statement game for San Francisco. They are hands down the best team in the NFC, and maybe even the best team in the league. They are dominating on every single front. I think the Brock Purdy conversation should really be deaded. Like, he's good. Like, he's not a fluke. He's very, very good. Like, some of those throws in those tight windows. I mean, there were 2 throws I thought would have got picked off, which Dallas normally does, and it didn't. San Francisco, to me, by far is one of the best teams in the NFC. I see them in that number 1 spot. Philly is 5-0, even though they don't feel like a 5-0 team. I still would put Dallas is kind of right in that same mix, but we don't have consistency with Dallas. But I want to get y'all's opinion on a very early, if you will, playoff look. Like, what are you guys seeing as far as best teams, worst teams in the NFC?
I'll go ahead. I kick it off. I mean, right now I think you're gonna have 4 division champions. San Francisco is gonna win NFC West. We know that. Eagles probably will win the NFC East. Detroit Lions. I think
absolutely.
They look good.
I had Detroit taking the North.
Yeah, they'll take the North, and Tampa Baker's looking pretty good. Baker's looking pretty good. I know that sounds crazy to say, but he's playing good football, and good football wins games. I think Tampa Bay will win the South.
Now, who are they playing?
I think then they beat New Orleans, right?
They beat New Orleans, but they also beat Chicago barely. Well, I wouldn't say barely, but they beat Chicago and they barely beat Minnesota. I mean, the only competitive team they technically played was Philly, and they lost.
Okay, yeah, I still like them. I think they're playing good football. I think they have a good team, and they have a solid defense too. And their coach is a defense has a defensive background, so I like that. Some of that's just by I don't really like. I mean, we know Carolina's not doing nothing in that division.
They're really
Atlanta, I think Atlanta will eventually fall off, and it's really between the Saints and Tampa. And so far, this is all. It's like Stephen A. says, this is fluid. It's fluid. I think Tampa Bay right now is what I see. I see them winning that division. When you come to the wild cards, I like Dallas in there. I might be a little biased. I like the Commanders taking one of those 3 wild card positions. And
you and Savin, Obvi.
Hey. And the Rams look pretty good too. I mean, they
So wait, you're taking the Rams over
New Orleans.
Over Seattle? Oh, I was gonna say Seattle.
Oh, right. That's true. Damn. Okay. Yeah, Seattle, Commanders, Dallas. Those are 3 wild card teams.
Yep. Okay.
But the Rams right there. They might knock Dallas out because I ain't too high on Dallas. So Dallas might get knocked out by the Rams. But yeah, those that's how I see the playoff picture in the NFC.
Oh, we just lost too. I saw him freeze, so he must have popped off. Okay, so what now? I want to do NFC because I feel like NFC is a little easier.
Okay.
AFC. Because here's the thing. the AFC doesn't. Oh wait, hold on. Let's.
Yeah, but that was my fault. My fault. I was trying to read the comments, but it won't let me see them.
Oh, my bad. I'll try to pop them up a little bit more. Yeah. So before we go to AFC, go ahead. Who do you have NFC? Like, what are you thinking? Again, we know it's fluid. We know it's week 5. It's been 5 weeks.
Honestly, I mean, I hate to say this. And hopefully y'all can quote me on this. So, like, if it ever happens and I go against it, y'all can tell me I'm wrong. I think the Eagles got something special going on. I do. Because, the NFC East, we beat up on each other. Like, because, like, to me, it's 50-50 with us and the Commanders.
Can y'all see it? I wanted to bring the... Bring it up so everybody can see. Okay.
Yeah, all right. So, yeah, it's 50-50 with us and the Commanders. But, like, because the Eagles are beating teams, and they not just run over teams, they're actually finding a way to win. I would rather go with them than I would with the 49ers, because the 49ers are running away with shit, and it's just like until somebody figures out how to punch their ass in the mouth, you know what I mean? It's like,
but who can? To
me, the Eagles have more of a will to win than I see, and to me, I'm built off that. Like, it's like, look, we're gonna win by any means necessary. When they go up against, did they already play the 49ers or no?
No.
Eagles haven't. No, they don't play the
Both undefeated.
49ers until week
Okay.
13 or something like that.
Goddamn. Okay. Either way, I think that it kind of works out in our favor, but like the 49ers, they're good, but I think the Eagles have the will to win. And to me, they're the test of who we need to be worried about from the NFC.
The Eagles play the 49ers on
Well,
December 3rd. My nephew's birthday.
And mind you, I'm not giving them credit. I'm not an Eagles fan. I'm
No.
just trying to give credit where it's due. Like they find a way to win.
yeah.
Well, I'll
They've been
agree.
a little more battle tested.
Yeah, but yeah, battle tested. Yeah.
And they're just a tougher team. Like they play a very physical game, right? Like we saw what they did to 49ers in the NFC Championship game. So like I said, they don't play until the 3rd. So I'm like, no, my nephew's birthday is on the 1st. Someone else's birthday is on the 3rd of December. Can't think of who, but that's when they play. And I mean, that's definitely a circle game. Like we're all sitting around.
I see this shit. Yeah.
Like, and the thing about I think that game is going to be interesting is because of how late in the season is. Like that to me, that's going to more than likely be a game of playoff positioning.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be a game of is San Francisco one or is if they consistently both are good and dominant, who's gonna be 1 and 2? I think that's what that game is gonna look like by December.
For sure.
So I don't have much different from you guys. I think the only teams, in my opinion, from this that you do have to take into consideration on the wild card side, like you said, I think divisional standings will more than likely be what they are.
Mm-hmm.
To me, on the wild card side, I don't think anyone really is coming out of the NFC North in the wild card. I mean, watching the little bit of Green Bay I saw, like,
yeah,
my thing about Jordan Love is, unfortunately, it's a franchise that had 2 great Hall of Fame quarterbacks. That's really hard to come behind. Like that's like just on some real, like that's really hard for Jordan Love to come in to, again, another big franchise, big name franchise in the league, coming behind, welfare check Brett Favre and kooky Aaron Rodgers, and then try to come in and be great, right? Like he doesn't have an opportunity to develop or be okay. Like he's
and Green Bay not gonna allow you to do that. Like just be okay. Like
there's not time, especially because he sat behind Aaron so long as a rookie. Like this is kind of his prove it year. But I don't see Green Bay really coming out of it. And to be honest, I don't believe in Atlanta. I think they have something outstanding with Bijan Robinson as a running back. Like that kid
he's special,
crazy good. Like he is
5 years though. Only 5 years.
Yeah, and unfortunately with running backs, we know what that market looks like in the longevity and the shelf life they have. To me, I think when it comes to wild card, like you said, it more than likely is going to be a race similar to the end. It's going to be between Seattle. I think Washington definitely is a big contender for the wild card. Again, Washington needs to get consistent. They're wildly inconsistent. Washington has to get consistent. I think Seattle, and like you said, the Rams have, even though they lost, I think getting Cooper Kupp back and Puka Nacua, like that can be a very deadly team if they really get really get going. That's the team I think is definitely underrated. But now they got 2 weapons that are just good. I mean, hell, Cooper Kupp's the reason why they got to the Super Bowl, let alone won. So that's kind of how I feel about them. I think the AFC pitch is a little tougher, but what do y'all have as far as early kind of thoughts on the playoffs? AFC side.
Well, Miami.
So you think Miami's going to be consistent to beat out Buffalo?
Nah, I was just joking. But Miami Chiefs, Buffalo, and Oakland looks good too.
So hold on, you said so. Who do you think is taking the AFC East? You got Miami, or you said Miami or Buffalo?
Because Miami, they AFC South, right?
AFC East. They're
shit. My bad.
The Jets.
Yeah, the Jets aren't. That's not happening. Even with Aaron Rodgers.
I'm not looking at it right.
Oh, sorry, it's small. You need me to make it bigger?
No, you good.
Okay.
You
Um.
good. Shit
So
out the
yeah.
south.
So here's the thing: the AFC North, I think, is a toss up. Um. Even though the Bengals won yesterday. Um. Yeah. They won on Sunday. And everybody's like, see, Joe Burrow's back, and he's gonna bring them back like he did last year. They just have a slow start. Like, I don't know if lightning's going to strike twice for the Bengals. If it does, then you have to continue to put Joe Burrow in that talk of MVP if he's really able to come back. I just don't think he's 100% healthy, and the Bengals just don't look that great. But time will tell.
Hey,
I
question.
think
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I was today years old when I realized that the Indianapolis Colts are in the AFC South and the Buffalo and the Miami Dolphins weren't. I was today years old. Sorry. This just you go add that in the bloopers. I was today years old. I did not know that.
so. It's because the AFC
I'm
is
looking at it. It doesn't make no
it's
ass sense.
weird. It doesn't make sense, kind of like our division. No, it doesn't make sense sometimes. That's why I also put it up here because I don't be knowing.
Okay, my bad. I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. So wait, who do you have for AFC South? Potentially.
You going Rashad? You go ahead, Sean.
No, it's
I
you too.
got
It's me. AFC South.
Yes.
Shit. I mean, I don't pay much attention to them, but I guess I would have to go with Jacksonville because I don't watch any AFC South games. I'm sorry, they're irrelevant to me.
You should watch Houston Texans. I'm not gonna lie.
yeah, pretty good.
They're a very fun team to watch. And they got your old tight end, Dalton Schultz, who I have no clue why y'all let him go. But
I don't money.
Yeah.
but yeah, I'm
Everything to do with
sorry.
money.
But they like the tight ends. I think y'all got some young tight ends that y'all like too. So
Yeah.
And then it's Pittsburgh, Baltimore, Cleveland, and Cincinnati in the AFC North.
Ooh, Pittsburgh surprised the shit out of me because I thought the Ravens was gonna run away with this division. I think Baltimore gonna figure it out.
Baltimore has to figure it out because they also pay Lamar a lot of money.
Yeah, I know. As he deserved.
He deserved
Rightfully,
it.
he
Yeah.
deserved. Yeah. He-
But I also think, like, if you think about all these quarterbacks that got paid, the only person who's technically performing is Jalen. Well, his fine self. Who do
you gonna hey, was you want to give them the massages?
I'm gonna tell you this.
bond
I'm gonna
them
tell you this. Look, you know what? Too, we gonna talk off camera, but we gonna talk off camera anyway. Anyways, Till you got me distracted. Out of the AFC though, who are we looking at wild cards? Because to me, I think Miami's going to be a wild card. I think Buffalo inevitably will get the AFC East. I see Miami as a wild card.
Nah, I got Miami winning that division. I mean, like you said, AFC, not the whole AFC conference is going to be pretty tough. Because even some of these teams at the bottom right now you have to be on your A game to go play some of these teams like the Bengals. I mean, Jets, even with Zach Wilson, because of their defense, it's not a gimme win. So
yeah, that's true.
Even the New England, they're terrible, but you can. I'm not going to go against Bill Belichick stealing some games from some of these teams. I'm not having the New England Patriots make a run for the playoffs or anything like that. But I'm just saying they're going to affect the playoff picture because I could see. I mean, you could see, some of these Jacksonville could lose to any given Sunday. I think New England can beat any of these teams just based off of a scheme that Bill Belichick puts together. So I just think all I'm saying is the AFC East. I mean, not the AFC East. Excuse me, the whole AFC. I think they're going to beat up on each other throughout the year. But when it gets down to it, I think Miami takes the AFC East. Just they did lose to Buffalo, but that was at Buffalo. So now Buffalo has to go to Miami and play. So I think they split. And Miami's just looking really good offensively.
Hey, Brody. I think Bill Belichick, this is his off year.
Yeah,
This
it's his
that
off.
one. This is that one. This is that
Yeah,
one.
no, it's
Where
definitely his one. But
this that one.
yeah, but I mean, right now they got one win. I can see them winning five games on the whole season, which is a terrible year. But I'm just saying when you go, I wouldn't be surprised if Buffalo goes to New England and don't come away with a win, just because.
But that would be more Josh Allen and Buffalo than it would be the
I,
Patriots.
I just don't see nobody on the Patriots roster that can allow Bill Belichick to do what he wants him to do. I understand what you're saying. Bill Belichick is who he is. I just can't name not one player on that team that would be able to do that.
They depleted a talent. I'm not saying this is a good team by any means, any stretch.
That's all I'm saying.
I'm just saying if you look at their record and you take them lightly going into New England, they can get you. They can get you. That's all I'm saying. So
I mean, you might have to ask the Raiders if they believe that from last year. But I'll say I think the surprise. Here's I agree with most of y'all. The only surprise team I will say that I could see making the playoffs this year.
I know you're gonna say.
Who?
You just said them, Texans.
Yes. And the reason why I'm looking at their schedule's not obviously because of what their schedule has been their seasons have been the past few years. They don't really have a very tough road. And some of these teams, obviously, there's going to be movement. Some are going to fall off and all this other stuff. I could see the Texans being like the Jags last year that have a good run at the end and literally eke their way right into the playoff, like that last wild card spot, because I believe D'Amico Ryans did a great job in the draft. He had 1 million draft picks. I think they, with them having Dalton Schultz there, who is a very talented tight end, and they out of the rookie QBs, they got it right. They got it right with CJ Stroud. I watched half of their game, and I'm hoping to catch a full game to really see how good this kid is, like in totality. But I think they have a good thing at coaching, at the coaching spot, and also at the quarterback spot, and they're hot. Most of the AFC, nobody's really talking about them, but I definitely think there's a lot there. But look, we are wildly over time, but we're gonna get right into next week. We're gonna talk week 6.
Gang.
We're gonna talk week 6. Rashad, I'm gonna let you go first. We got Washington versus Atlanta. Tell us how you feel about your team.
I'm feeling confident. Like I said,
we said that last week.
Oh, he did. No, yeah, and he should have said it. And we're gonna keep the confidence rolling. We're gonna keep the confidence rolling. Like I said, we got like a little mini bye in there. We got some extra time. We got the long week. We got extra time to plan for Atlanta. We're not going to take them lightly. We want to get that nasty taste out of our mouth. Pause.
But,
yeah. Why is that a pause? Why is that a? Oh, okay, I got it. I think I got it.
Okay, it's cool. It's cool.
I don't know. Okay, maybe
we gonna see what we made out of. And I think we're gonna come.
Oh, I just got it. Okay, I got it.
I think we're gonna come to play. I think we're gonna make some adjustments. We're gonna put our players in better positions. We still learning. We got the young rookie Emmanuel Forbes. We're gonna coach him up. And I think we're gonna put him in better positions to make plays and get his confidence back. I think we're gonna dial up some more blitzes. The coaches are on the hot seat, I think. Because this, like I said, this talent, this talent on this team is there. So when those are the cases, the coaches are the ones that are going to be put on the hot seat for the bad performances. So I like us going to Atlanta. We got a lot of people traveling from the DMV area to go down there. So I think no, I'm not going. But I think the Commander Nation is going to be loud. And then
is that a thing?
No, it's not. I just said that. But yeah, I think we're gonna be.
And I heard a lot of people going to an AT Atlanta for y'all game. Yeah, even backyard going down there.
Backyard going down there. So I know
it's
gonna be.
What? Wait.
Backyard going down there.
Okay.
So I think we pull it off. I think we pull it off this week.
All right, to your next. Dallas is still on the West Coast. They're playing the Chargers. So this is Kellen Moore. Y'all gonna see y'all OC. What you got?
Um, I think that our defense will do what our defense does, and they will put on their best performance. And I don't foresee anything happening other than our defense showing off. If I'm being honest, if I'm being
So
honest, I
so
really like, that's all I see. Dak
so
may
you
get
don't
like a
so
that.
Rain
Dak
isn't
may
doing
get like
nothing?
a Rain may get like a slant, and then like his CD may take it to the house. He may get a screen to Pollard. He take it to the house. Outside of that, I don't really see nothing else other than our defense just playing a good game. That's why I'm at with it.
Okay.
I
Okay.
mean, I don't want to say on lackluster, but that's literally what I see. I don't. He ain't shown me nothing. I don't know if I'm tripping. If the whole world is just Dak hasn't shown me nothing. If he wants to do something, like I need him to thread a needle down the sideline to the best wide receiver, or throw me a post route, a post corner, something like call an audible, do something. Outside of that, I see my defense stepping up to the challenge of the Chargers, and yeah, and I
So
play.
you're not worried that being that Kellen Moore has worked with Dak, knows he knows that, right? He knows how well and how not so great. You don't think that gives LA a little bit of an advantage?
It could be. I mean, but they're not calling the same plays. But he would have to literally tell the defense exactly every quirk. Is it quirk? How you say it? Quirks? Quirk?
Yeah.
Quirk? Every
Or
one
like
of his
look
little
and stuff.
nuances,
Yeah.
like to make the defense do it. Like, I mean, my deepest fear is Dak not stepping up to the pressure.
Okay.
Straight up. That's it. But I think I bet my money on my defense this time around. That's what I believe. I bet
Oh
my money on my
Micah.
defense.
Oh Micah. I hear you. Micah saying come see me. Look, I'll close it out with my Giants in Buffalo right now. Saquon, we don't know if he's playing. He's been week to week, and I'm pretty sure he's sitting on the sidelines like, "No, I'm good.
Yeah.
Y'all go ahead." Like, he's not. He is in no rush to get on the field. And Daniel Jones is
He
the
ain't
same
messing up
way.
with that trade value.
Yeah, like, but look, don't be getting me started because don't start me. But also Daniel Jones is injured. Obviously not seasoning or anything, but the last I checked this afternoon, Brian Dable, our coach, didn't say whether he is or is not going to be playing against Buffalo. I'm pretty sure Tyrod more than likely will get the start. Um,
Yeah.
which is literally because Daniel, it's a shoulder. I think it's a shoulder or neck injury. And I
Net.
mean, he's a quarterback. Like you really can't try to tough through something like that. So there's just really no hope in us winning it unless
No chance.
like I think the only chance will
Wait,
be if
wait,
Josh
wait.
Allen just
Who y'all playing again?
we play
Buffalo.
Buffalo.
I
And we have
mean,
to go to Buffalo.
I
Like,
would say give your best effort.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, like I said,
Any given Sunday.
if the only way we're gonna win is if Josh Allen loses game.
Y'all
You know what I'm
playing
saying? Like
on Sunday
this
night.
game is for Josh Allen to lose. Like he would have to lose the game in
But
order
see,
for.
this is what's fucked up. Y'all fuck around and win this game.
I said,
You know
I'm
what I'm
not
saying?
saying
Then
we
everybody
wouldn't.
on Monday be like, how the
Two,
fuck?
two, two, two. Now you know me. I like you. I'm a very much so a realist of my team. If we were to win, if say we won in like very field goal 60 yards out like the Vikings did us last year and we won by one, more than likely the conversation we'll be having this exact same time next week is, well, that's because Josh Allen was trash. He gave us 2 pick-sixes, and like it wouldn't be our team rising up
Yeah,
behind Tyrod Taylor without literally two
yeah.
of our better players,
So
right?
that's how y'all on that. Tyrod Taylor is a starter.
Tyrod is our backup, so yeah,
That's
he's more
probably
than
better
likely.
than
So
Harris.
he's starting.
Yeah, more than likely.
Oh shit.
Yeah. Like I said, as of this afternoon, Daniel Jones is still questionable. So I'm
To
not.
me, I'm rooting for everybody that's black. I'm sorry.
Hey, I think he give y'all a better shot than Daniel Jones.
Because like you ain't got nothing to lose, my guy.
For real.
But Tyrod is old and fragile. Like, and we don't have a good O line, so that's not really promising.
To me, I'm rooting for everybody that's black.
There you go.
And you know, it's a homecoming for Tyrod. Like I said, Tyrod may go to Buffalo and want to prove something, right? Like he may want to go and just ball out, but there would have to be more elements going against Buffalo for us to win. And that's just the honest to God.
Especially with Buffalo coming off a loss too. So it's like
right. Like
they're going, yeah.
And again, and they're at home. You know what I'm saying? If they're at home, it's not like the weather could potentially be a factor, which again, they're used to playing in cold weather. So we will probably still have they would still have the upper hand. But you know, listen, it is what it is. And who's Philly play? The Jets. Okay, yeah, we already know what that is. We already know what that is. It's like Philly's playing the Jets. Like, I mean, it ain't yeah. Well, look, y'all, I appreciate it. I know we started a little late and it was a little rocky getting on, but that's what happens when you have a live show every week and it's a work week and traffic is trash. So, but I appreciate both of y'all coming on too. Thank you for coming on last minute for me. Okay. Rashad, as always, it's fun. Actually, hold on, since I have you, we watching the Giants Washington game together, right?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. Well, we gotta talk more about it. But so you gonna come?
Also, I want to say, just send me a text or DM me. Also, the Super Bowl is on my birthday, and Usher's performing on my birthday, so I'm excited. Drop a flex bomb.
But so you gonna hang
I don't
with
give
us?
a shit who's performing. It's that man who's in the Super Bowl.
Oh my gosh, Stu, are you gonna hang with us for this Washington Giants game?
Yeah, with that this weekend, right?
Next Sunday.
2 weeks.
Next Sunday. All right, bet. I'm with the shits.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, can I drop a bar? That's dope.
Oh yes. Sorry. Tell folks how they can find you.
Oh wait, no. I go to Crystal City Sports Pub.
No. We go to Dudley's right around the corner.
Which one is that?
That's Dudley is that joint?
Cause I go to the one right there by Crystal like off Route 1 when you get past Pentagon City, Crystal City Sports Pub right there.
I do know we still live, right?
Oh, sorry, my bad. All right. We'll talk off air. All right.
Tell us where people can follow
you can catch me at To The Creator on Instagram. At To The Creator. And then also, if you want to see my work, go to at New Impressions TV on YouTube. Thank you guys. I appreciate y'all.
Rashad.
No Impressions with a Z. Yeah.
Hey, you can follow me on Facebook, Rashad Fox, or Instagram.
If you're 80 years old and you're looking for a sugar baby,
if you're a little more old school, Facebook. I do got an Instagram, but I ain't on it yet. It's new. So Rashad.
Oh my God! Again, he has a Benjamin Button disease. He's really 80 right now. He looks 30.
Hey, look. You ever try Facebook dating, baby? You find a woman that means something, baby.
I ain't messing with
that.
Look, it was great. Thank y'all for hanging out with me. It's Let's Talk Football with Sha'Niece and friends. My friends too, Rashad. Y'all have a good one.